In a world where loyalty is revered and betrayal is met with scorn, Papoose and Remy Ma stood as one of hip-hop's most admired couples. Their love story, one of dedication, sacrifice, and unshakable faith, seemed like a rare jewel in an industry that often celebrates chaos over commitment. It was a love that appeared to be unbreakable, a bond forged in the fires of both struggle and triumph. But as we've learned time and time again, the most solid-looking foundations can crumble when tested by the harshest of storms. For over a decade, Papoose and Remy Ma represented what we all wanted to believe in: real, enduring love in an industry notorious for fleeting moments, fame-driven egos, and broken relationships. Their journey wasn't just about their shared success, it was about survival. And survival, in the world of hip-hop, is not guaranteed. When Remy Ma went to prison in 2008 for assault charges, the world saw a different side of Papoose. Many wondered if he'd walk away, as so many others in the limelight do when their partner faces legal and personal battles. But Papoose's love was a quiet force. He didn't leave. He stayed by her side, visiting her frequently, sending letters, and keeping the connection strong. He sacrificed his own career in order to be her emotional rock, refusing to let her face the darkness alone. In a time when loyalty is rare, Papoose became a symbol of unwavering support, a love that didn't crumble under the weight of time or adversity. When Remy was finally released in 2014, Papoose was right there waiting for her. He didn't just stand by her, he carried her. Together, they rebuilt her career from the ground up. Papoose was not just her husband, he was her business partner, her manager, and the steady hand that guided her back into the limelight. He was the one to remind the world of her incredible talent, her resilience, and her strength. Together, they defied the odds. And then came the crowning moment of their shared story, the birth of their daughter in 2018. Their family was a beautiful blend of love, legacy, and dreams for the future. As Papoose stood by Remy during her most vulnerable moments, they gave us a glimpse into a partnership that seemed to defy the typical pitfalls of fame and success. As the dust begins to settle, it's clear: whatever love existed between Remy and Papoose has been deeply fractured. Sources say they've begun living separately. Their joint ventures, their music, businesses, even appearances, have been put on hold. Divorce papers are allegedly on the horizon. What was once the epitome of loyalty now stands as a cautionary tale of love, betrayal, and the consequences of airing your dirty laundry in public. For a couple who once renewed their vows in front of cameras, who built their entire brand on loyalty and survival, the fall from grace has been nothing short of tragic. A decade of love, now crumbling before the world's eyes. Every red carpet they graced, every stage they performed on, was a reflection of a love so deep, it inspired their fans and the culture. They weren't just a couple, they were a movement. They were the epitome of black love in an industry that often chooses to celebrate toxicity over loyalty. Together, they were hip-hop's royalty. But no love story is without its trials. As time passed, small cracks began to appear. The first whispers of trouble were subtle, almost imperceptible. A blurry photo here, a cryptic tweet there. Nothing concrete, nothing too alarming. Just enough to raise some eyebrows among fans and insiders who knew them best. Rumors began to swirl around the couple, and some even began speculating that the picture-perfect relationship may have been more fragile than anyone realized. Months before the scandal erupted, things started to feel off. But nobody knew what was happening behind closed doors. The public saw the red carpets, the performances, the love. But what was going on in the background? Papoose had always been a man of few words, a man of actions, but the whispers grew louder. And then, the unthinkable happened. A bed scandal, a video. The kind of thing no one thought could ever happen to Papoose and Remy Ma. A video that, once leaked, would shatter the image of them as a flawless couple forever. Rumors began circulating that Remy had gotten too close to another rapper, an up-and-coming artist whose name we won't repeat out of respect for the mess already made. It wasn't just the rumors that stung, it was the proof. late-night studio sessions, unanswered phone calls, hotel charges that raised suspicion. The signs were mounting, but nothing could have prepared anyone for the video that was about to surface. The footage, allegedly filmed by Papoose himself, showed Remy Ma in a bed that wasn't hers, a bed that wasn't shared with her husband. The video was brief, blurry, not overtly sexual, but intimate enough to raise serious questions. It was private, personal, a sacred moment that was never meant for public consumption. But once it hit social media, it went viral. The world was left in shock. Suddenly, the couple who once epitomized loyalty was now at the center of an unforgivable scandal. The world was torn between defending Papoose's honor and condemning his actions. The footage had struck a raw nerve. This wasn't just about a betrayal of trust. This was about a public violation of privacy. A betrayal so public it seemed impossible to heal from. Papoose, known for his quiet demeanor, didn't respond right away. There were no Instagram rants, no public outbursts. He remained silent. But behind that silence, sources close to him said he was devastated. Friends described him as someone who had retreated inward, withdrawn into himself as though mourning the death of his own dreams. This wasn't just about a cheating scandal. It was about everything he had sacrificed, everything he had built now crumbling before his eyes. Then the alleged revenge. In the early hours of a Sunday morning, private files, intimate sacred files, were leaked online. What appeared to be personal footage of Remy Ma in various stages of undress were uploaded to a burner social media account. The images spread like wildfire across blogs, forums, and Twitter. The world couldn't look away, but the damage had already been done. While some posts were quickly taken down due to explicit content, the damage was irreversible. Fans reacted swiftly. Some defended Papoose, saying betrayal changes a man, and that after everything he'd endured, he had the right to retaliate. "What would you do if you were humiliated in front of millions?" they asked. Others were horrified, accusing Papoose of revenge porn. They called his actions unforgivable. "This isn't love," one user wrote, "it's vengeance." 2 days after the leak, Remy Ma broke her silence. In a calm, composed Instagram Live, she addressed the situation without confirming or denying the rumors. Her face, though steady, betrayed the pain that she had been carrying. "What y'all think you know and what's really going on? Those are two different things," Remy said, her voice firm but filled with quiet hurt. "But one thing I will never tolerate is my privacy being weaponized." She didn't cry, she didn't scream. Instead, Remy's disappointment was written all over her face. This wasn't just about the cheating. This was about a woman who had trusted a man with every piece of herself. And now, that trust had been shattered. The betrayal wasn't just about the other rapper. It was about how Papoose chose to react. She didn't need to confirm the rumors. The pain in her eyes spoke volumes. "This isn't just about me," she said. "This is about a man I trusted with every inch of my being deciding to burn it all down because he couldn't handle the truth. Or maybe just the rumor of it."